Udayagiri caves, which is just across from the Khandagiri caves, and these bougainvilleas and these railings are not there. When I came in 2002 or so, this area was full of monkeys. Now the monkeys have relocated. This is Udayagiri caves, 2nd century BC of the Jainistic, built by King Karavilla. With my ancestors waiting. Now a close-up of Udayagiri caves. Another section of the caves. This section is called Rani's cave. It's a double story. Naked floor. Many of them have been eroded. Still the human form is clearly visible. Apparently like a bedroom with a Jain monk sleeping on the floor with an elevation for the head. This is mangoes being carved. That is the guard. Dancing pose. Closer to the ceiling. My guide walking. This is rocks and wet. Now I know on a day like this is not for Rani. This is a Greek soldier. As Alexander came in the 4th century BC, there was an influence of it. This is the soldier of the King Karavilla. This is the story of Dushyanta and Shakuntala, with Shakuntala asking Dushyanta not to kill the deer, and then subsequently when the fisherman gives the ring, Dushyanta recollects that he had given that ring, and subsequently they marry and she becomes the Pattadarani. This is the swastika on this case were in the 2nd century AD, centuries and centuries before even great father of Hitler was ever born. Rani's relatives sitting, having fun in the sun. This is the Khandagiri with the Jain temple on the top. On the way back on the hill there is a whitish thing, that is a Dauli Stupa, built by Indo-Japanese collaboration in 1972. This is a meditation center with a home kundal in the middle, and in the back there is a ficus religiosa tree, and people will tie things wishing what they want. Another view of the caves with a tourist on a Diwali day. Under all these rocks are these puppies comfortably sleeping. These small caves to test monk students to see how hard they can sustain. This is their living quarters. This is called Tiger Cave because it's carved like a face of a tiger. Another view of how these caves are. This is another endurance chamber. Apparently they don't get water for 3 days. They have to stay just there. This is called Kalahati Gumpha, more of a larger hall, supported by pillars. On the ceiling one can see the Pali inscriptions. I had to get Ruchi to read this. This is a larger hall where the Guru can sit at a higher level and the rest for the monk students. This section is called Manchupuri. This location there will be light and sound show. It's not started yet. Rare view from Udayagiri to the Khandagiri temple. Within the cave there is a hidden area, and this was used as a hiding place during Kalinga War. One can see the mantle. This is down, and this was connected to outside about 10 kilometers, an underground tunnel. In this case are the Kalinga War scenes. In this cave built in 2nd century, even they used the echo effect to transmit sound so that they can communicate.
How are you? In one again, can you hear me?
3 feet away, there is no echo effect.
How are you? Hello. Once again, can you hear me? Different. Say, come in.
This is the throne for the king and the queen. Nice view of Khandagiri from Udayagiri.
His fire
posted security to protect this ancient places so that no damage is done. Smart thinking by Odisha government. This is Adinath, first Tirthankar of Jainism. Further changes, you can see the small cave, the 2 pillars supporting a rock. This is another meditation cell. The 4 limbs of swastika stand for truth, peace, forgiveness and kindness.
Actually, Shiva is 5.
Kalinga
Om Namo
kings when they
Shivaya
converted
Panchakara
from
Mantra.
kingdom to
5.
Buddhism, they inscribed this in Pali language in this elephant cave. Cell carved out of a rock for meditation of Jain monks.
The earthquake. And the broken part of elephant head, this is the broken part. And the main trunk in the state museum in front of
Face like a lion.
Trunk will
Further small cells. Another view of some of these caves. This is the end of Udaipur caves. Now this is declared as a World Heritage. This is Khandagiri caves built in 2nd century BC. The Kalinga kings built this Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves. Udayagiri is the opposite, which I filmed earlier. Initially for protection of themselves, then it also became for the Jain monks for their meditation and disciplining themselves. There are 26 caves in the Khandagiri and 25 caves in the Udayagiri. There are large number of monkeys here. You can attack.
No, no.
People feed them with a groundnut. They can sit next to people. I don't know if they're conversing or not. The cave 5. These caves are used for Jain monks for meditation. Apparently Mahavir, who is said to have been born in the 4th century according to the guide, meditated here. Mahavir was born in Bihar. Inside the cave, that is from the roof, it almost looks like a mantle, and you can see this female, and the Jain monks were to meditate in these caves. Could they concentrate having these female statues is a question. Finally, today these caves, called the Great Cave, is enclosed by a glass due to tourists putting a graffiti. One can see the entrance, Lakshmi with an elephant, and inside that is Mahavir, and above that is a swastika. Unfortunately, it is called swastika. Found out that swastika is actually a Sanskrit word. Unfortunately, Germans adopted, and now it is such a misunderstood word referring to Nazis. View of the Udayagiri caves from Khandagiri. Those bougainvilleas that are there now was not there before when I came in 2002 or so. This is the way for the modern Jain temple built in 1934. It's also a good place for romance. There is a ventilation for these caves and also carvings. Because of the graffiti and people damaging, these are protected by a glass enclosure, and one can see through that except these stupid people who write graffiti even on the glass, and doors are locked. This is a 2nd century cave temple of Durga and Kali. It seems they are never together, and the Kali here is a meditation posture and does not have a sticking out tongue like in Calcutta, as no bali is performed. Further, there are Jain Tirthankars inside and Vishnu, hence it's both a Hindu and a Jainism together. Okay, I was allowed to videotape. This is Durga. Top of Durga is Shiva. As Shiva is sitting on the head of Durga is the avatar of Parvati, as all husbands do, sit on the head of the wife. This is Kali. One can see she is not sticking her tongue out. Thank God for that. Top of Kali is also Shiva, means Durga and Kali are avatars of Parvati. This cave is Vishnu, and inside these are Tirthankars, and below this are Tirthankars and Gayatri are feminine forms. Example of Jainism and Hinduism being together in one cave built in 2nd century BC. Even Anantashayanam is here. This is carved out a mountain or the rocks, same in the location of Khandagiri thing, and one can see the carvings. These are Jain Tirthankars, and one can see a female. This is broken, as rest of them are damaged and taken away, the details not known. Apparently in the earlier phase, the Digambars were not anti-female or avoided female, only that came later. Where the Tirthankars are not anti-female. Further down, one can see the meditation place. Further down are these carved out of these rocks, and here almost like a roof, again carved with a support beam, not artificially installed but carved out. These are the steps to go out. They are very narrow, and as one reaches closer to the ceiling, again one can see the beautiful carvings of Tirthankars. In that narrow space they will sit, and Subhash, our guide, there are 5 levels of meditation. The first one is in the garden, second one is in the forest, third one is in the forest, fourth one is in the hiding cave, fifth one is an underground cave. In Chitradurga I filmed the underground one, and in this narrow place of this hiding cave they will have to sit and meditate. That is the discipline of Jainism. This location is almost like a Rishi ashram, but actually inside there is a Homakund with a continuous fire coming out. They protected so that the rain will not put it off. This is one of the huge banyan tree. The most beautiful lanternas. I saw many colorful antennas in the wilderness, which are the most beautiful colors I have seen. This is the museum where there is a large number of indoor items displayed.